Welcome to Wow Speaks English,
A streaming program with a radio format made by the students for the world.
Good afternoon, my dear audience, and welcome again to Wow Speaks English. I'm one of your hosts, teacher Brenda Garcia. And guys, today, to start this semester, we have an amazing and interesting topic, right? And it's called Heartbreak or Heartthrob, the truth about relationships. Also, guys, it's a space to talk about the complexities of love, relationships, friendship, red and green flags, okay? And guys, also, I want to invite you to follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Yes, I always forget the social media, guys. That is called Wow Speaks English 2.0, guys. To comment in the chat here on YouTube, guys. Say hello, where are you coming from the Universidad Autónoma, what semester, anyway, or from outside as well. I want to introduce my co-host. Hello, Linda.
Hello, teacher.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing great, and I think this topic is spicy.
Yes, it has too many things to talk about.
There you go. It's not for nothing, but this topic today, it's out of this world. Hey, Manu.
Hello, teacher.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. What about you?
Pretty good, Suri. Pretty good. I can complain. Ready to start with this. And the last one, but not the least, the only boy here today, guys, Goose. Hi, Goose.
Hi, teacher.
What's up, my friend?
Doing fantastic and kind of excited for today's topic.
I know. So, sweeties, actually, we want to invite you to participate. Right, Linda?
Yes, we want you to participate by scanning the QR code and tell us your name, what semester you are in, if you're studying in different university or institution, and let us know in the YouTube chat where you're watching the show from.
Don't forget that you can participate by scanning the QR code and answering some of these questions, not all of them.
Okay, these are the questions. First of all, how do you know when you fell in love? What's the most romantic gesture you ever experienced or witnessed? Third, do you think cheating is always a deal breaker or can a relationship recover from it and why? Fourth, and also if you have any question to our expert, send them into the chat or on our comments.
There you go. So, sweetie, before to continue with the first segment, I want to introduce our special guest. Guys, we forget the guest. So, is here with us online, Joshua. Hello, Joshua.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. And you? Say hello to the audience.
Great. I'm really good.
Okay, that's amazing. So, Joshua, before to continue with the program, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Who's Joshua?
Sure. Hi, guys. Like she said, my name is Josh. I'm from New York, but my family is Colombian. I am a psychologist and I specialize in special education. So I work with kids with Down syndrome and autism.
Wow, pretty
And I live in New York.
Okay, interesting. Thank you very much. So Josh is going to be our expert and is gonna give us support us, sorry guys, about your question because I know that we have several questions on WhatsApp. But let's just start with the first segment. What do you think about it? Let's go, Goose.
Have you ever wondered what other people think about stuff? Do you also want to express your opinion?
Join us on WhatsApp and send your voice messages to start the conversation.
Welcome to What Do You Think About It?
Hi, today I'm with
David.
David. We have a question for you. Have you ever had love at first sight moment? Tell us about it.
Really, I haven't because I don't believe in love at first sight. I think love is something you need to work with. You need to have some effort and pass some beautiful moments with somebody to actually love them. I think there's more of a better way to say it. It will be more like liking in first sight, not a love at first sight.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, I'm here with
Sebastian.
Sebastian. I have a question for you.
What are the most important ingredients for a happy and healthy relationship?
Well, I think the three most important ingredients for a happy and healthy relationship are first, trust, really important. Communication, I think it's really important that you communicate with your partner about the things that you like and don't like about them. And well, last but not least, time. I think people who expect to get a relationship to bloom out of nowhere.
Hello, I'm here with Maria Jose.
Hi.
Maria Jose, is there such a thing as a breakup?
Well, I think no. When we love someone, it's really difficult to have a different relationship with the person. So I think there's no way that the things working out being a different relationship.
It's a good question. Thank you.
Hello guys, I am here with
Gabriela.
Isabela González.
Okay guys, what do you think are the biggest red flags in a relationship?
Okay, not trusting each other.
Okay, I think not being special with your partner, like not having acts of service.
Hello, I am here with
Juan Esteban.
Juan Esteban. Okay, Juan Esteban, what do you think are the biggest red flags in a relationship?
Okay, I think that the other person has stricted parents because you get bored quickly and that's uncomfortable.
Well, interesting answers, for our audience here around the campus. And interesting questions also, right? I like them a lot. Well, at the same time, I want to introduce my other special guest. So, hello, Meli. Hello, Danny. How are you, girls?
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good, sweetie. Welcome back. There you go, Meli. Meli was with us the last year about mental health. And in this opportunity, Meli, we're going to talk about love and friendship. So, Meli, sorry, can you introduce yourself? I mean, who's Melissa?
Sure. So, I'm a psychologist. I graduated already like 5 years ago, so it's been a pretty long time. I have been working in multiple industries. And I have to say that I also bring a guest with me. It's Daniela Lucena. She's also going to support us here today.
Amazing. So let's say hello to Daniela. Hello, Daniela.
Oh, hi there. How you doing?
Pretty good. So, sweetie, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, well, nice to meet you all. I'm Daniela. I'm a psychologist and a social communicator, specialized in marketing right now, and I work with Melly.
Okay. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. So, sweeties, in this, what do you think? Let's play some WhatsApp audios, Goose, because I know that in this opportunity, we ask the students to ask you the question that they have regarding love, friendship, and, heartbroken things.
Hello, my name is Maria Espina, and my question is it better follow your mind or your heart in a relationship?
Ooh, interesting question. Yes. So, guys, obviously, we are here just as spectators. We don't have much information about it. But I don't know our guest who wants to answer this question. What is the most important, to follow your mind or your heart?
I think it will be like a perfect balance between both of them because sometimes when you let your heart decide, you took really bad decisions and you start to just flow with it.
I think that not always.
It's I'm supposing my answer.
Manu?
Actually, the true relationship is a balance, as said Goose, because the real relationship is more than love, romance. It required effort, true, respectful. So it's like that, two sides.
Okay. Well, I don't know, Danny or Meli, you want to give your opinion about this question, or also Joshua? I mean, sweeties.
I don't know. Melissa, do you want to start?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Perfect. That's a good one. Well, from a professional aspect, it depends. I think that us being humans, it's super difficult, right? So I think I will follow with the first student that answered this question, and it depends on each situation and background as well.
Oh,
To piggyback on her, we gotta understand that we as humans we tend to be logical. So even though everything should be a balance, our first instinct is to follow our brain. So that's first and foremost the basic thing to do as humans. So I agree it should be a balance, but we should always go with the brain first. Our mind is the thing that controls everything that we do. So the brain.
so maybe the heart can't.
Yes.
There you go.
You
I've,
can.
I've there been
Okay.
I've been there too many times that I just use my heart, so I know how it feels.
Interesting. Okay, Goose, another audio, please. Guys, there are many questions, to be honest.
Hello, my name is Andres, and my question is love at first sight real or just attraction?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Well, I don't know in this case who wants to start first, Danny, Meli, or Joshua?
Danny can also.
I can do it, but can you repeat the question, please? I lost my connection for a minute.
Can you repeat it, Goose? Hold on, hold on.
Hello, my name is Andres, and my question is love at first sight real or just attraction?
Well, it depends. It depends of your definition about love. You know, it depends what do you think about love. Um, Love it's a complex of a lot of emotions. And it is based on individual experiences. So that's why it depends person to person. So yeah, it feels you have to feel attraction when you love someone. You have to admire that person. You may create an attachment with that person, and you would like to take care of that person as well.
Okay, there you go. I don't know if that Joshua or Meli want to give an extra opinion of
Well,
five.
like Daniela said, like love, it's a combination of things: deep affection, care and concern, commitment, intimacy, and respect. Once you feel at least one of those things, that's love. All right. So love is real. Gotta understand also that when we talk about love, it just doesn't mean love for a significant other. It could be love for the plants, it can be love of animals, it can be a mother's love, it can be a family love. So if you are able to feel that type of love for a thing or family member, you can feel love for somebody else. So yes, love is real.
Okay, sweeties, thank you very much. Well, let's continue with this dynamic, but let's start with the next segment that is tip talk. So, Goose, let's move to the tip talk.
Many things happen every day at our campus.
Let's discuss them at Tip Talk.
Well, let's start the first segment on TikTok in charge of Linda. Linda, what we have?
Yes, we have a question. Well, recognizing the signs of love. But first, I want to ask to our audience, what is love? What do you think is love? Is a feeling? Is a choice? Is a chemical reaction? Well, I'm going to tell you, but you can answer in the chat. Well, the concept of falling in love refers to an emotional state of joy and happiness that we feel and we find ourselves strongly attracted to another person. Who won't we idealize and attribute a whole series of qualities, and the most of cases we can magnify them. And from a scientific point of view, and according to National Geographic, it's a process that occurs in the brain and involves several areas such as the hypothalamus and the prefrontal cortex. During the falling in love phase, dopamine is released to pleasure, and it plays a fundamental role in attraction. But in the other hand, guys, do you know, I don't know, you have any signs that you know that, well, I'm falling in love?
Well,
Any
I think it
clue?
depends on the person's personality, I guess. Right? I mean, everybody is different, so maybe you identify that you're in love with your own behavior. Maybe you say, oh my God, I'm changing because of this person. Or maybe in my case that I love the communication. It's very obvious. I love to stay in contact with the person that I really like.
To our audience, how do you know when you're falling in love? I want to hear those stories, but I'm going to give you guys one of them. I think the one that we all know it is a sign is that we miss the person. Is it right or not?
Yeah.
Yes, we miss the person. We can't get that person out of our minds. We always look for care to this person, and also if this person tell us something, look at us, we are always excited. I think that's a little bit dumb. Don't you think that? I mean,
Yes,
that person
absolutely.
look at you just because you cross by and you're like, oh my God,
he looks me.
well, yes, I mean, I've been in love, and that's one of the things that happened. But I want to ask to our guests, what are those signs that people have when they start to fall in love?
Like the Korean, right?
Well, got it. So I'm going to start with this. I'm going to go with her. It's totally true what she said. When you miss someone, right, when you feel that constant attraction for the other, right? You said something important there, that you experience like nervousness, right?
Yes,
when you feel like
yes.
butterflies in your stomach.
Yeah.
So this is all reactions from our brain, that sends to our body when we see this person. So we can also relate, and going back to the first question that they were asking, the physical attraction is the first thing that you feel when you see that person. And then it all comes and develop.
Okay. So we're confusing physical attraction with love?
Yes.
Interesting.
And what happened with those people that at the beginning of everything they hate each other, and then they end like loving each other?
Yes, that's totally true.
From
It
enemies
happens
to
because-
lovers.
Yes, I mean, what happened in that cases?
It happens because you get time to spend with that person. You get to know the person, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally. So all of this come up together. And then that's when you have the feeling of falling in love with this person.
That's interesting.
That's interesting. There you go.
So guys, if you hate someone, just get to know them.
Keep an eye.
No,
Okay.
I had one of those experiences. It was horrible.
Well, don't do that.
I won't repeat it anymore. Okay.
Okay, I don't know, Danny, you want to say something about this sign
Yeah.
of falling in love?
I just want to tell you that please take care of yourself while falling in love, because we tend to lose ourselves and put their happiness as a priority. So please use your brain, use your mind.
Oh my God.
We'll try. We'll try.
Yes,
We'll try, but it's hard actually. You don't think when you fell in love.
I know, but you know something interesting? I mean, when you have met people from different cultures, different countries, you know that their mindset is in that way. First the brain and then the heart. But we are Latin, we are Latinos, is totally the opposite. I mean, first the heart and at the end, the brain. I guess.
Yes.
Well, guys, things happen, right? I don't know, Joshua, you want to give more information about this? About, I don't know, the signs of love?
I
love.
like what Danny said, the advice that she gave. No, we tend to prioritize the other person. The key is to not lose ourselves in that process. At the end of the day, the first relationship that we have is with ourselves. So you can share the affection, you can make that person a priority without forgetting yours. That's my only advice that I have for people. Don't forget yourself.
Yes, I mean, just to give it like a more specific details to the audience, for example, that you change in some way, or maybe people might change some aspect of the personality,
Yes.
their own personality just because the other person that they like say, you are better in this way. If you don't do this, you will be awesome. And that's not the idea. That's the goal, guys. There you go. Yes, sweeties. I mean, crazy, crazy. So, sweeties, let's read some comments on YouTube, okay? I think that there are some people typing.
Gabriela Imbachi Martinez says, loves come from many places, from many relationships and experiences. I think the same as him. Love is real.
Okay, thank you, Gabby.
Okay, Santiago Mejia says, I think have been different eras in love and relationship, but always have kept the magic of love by first time.
Okay, pretty cool, pretty cool.
Okay, yes, yes.
And also we have a question.
Camilo said, unfortunately, I'm not into that kind of topics about relationship.
Ooh. I know, guys. We have a chorus here.
A broken heart here.
Well, I have a question. Now according to Camila's comment, I have a question to our experts. I mean, I think it's also something in some way generational, but some people are afraid of falling in love. Me? So, what could you recommend to these people that they avoid totally to fall in love? So, what are like other suggestion, recommendation, tips that you have for these special people?
Should I start?
Sure, please.
All right, so there's no map, there's no guidance in life to avoid a heartbreak. Love is like an illness. You have to go through it, and your body and your mind will create will create an antidote for that. So for me, the best therapy is shock therapy. You have to go through it, you have to endure it, and you have to move on. Although I'd rather just felt the love, felt the heartbreak, than haven't not felt that at all. At least I know that my potential, and at least I know what I'm able to give the other person, and I can learn from the mistakes that I made from a previous heartbreak. That is the only way you can actually go through a heartbreak. You have to go through it, and I feel for the most part people go through it in one way or the other. So just go through it.
That's kind of sad.
That's life.
Well, life is tough, sweetie. Life is tough. Okay, Melly, you're going to say,
Yes, as Joshua was telling us going through, I think that we have to be very mindful in this type of topics. And I think that, yes, we have different type of steps to go through it, right? Because no one is the same. But I think when you start knowing yourself, understanding what do you want from the other, what are you willing to accept from the other, right? And what are you willing to do and not to do in the relationship, that's where you can open yourself and feel and love freely, So I think that, yes, there are some steps, and the first one should be you and only you. Okay. Knowing you.
I have an experience actually about what are we talking about. Yes, I was in a toxic relationship. But I was little, and as Joshua says, we have to experience these things. Once I end that relationship, I met a guy, and I get the chance to know what was correct and what was not correct. And I learned how to really love without forgetting about myself. And that was really, really beautiful. So yes, what they're saying is true.
So, sweetie, fell in love, but what is the most important? To overcome the situation. That's it. Okay, guys, let's move into the second segment. Goose, what we have?
Okay, the second segment is decoding relationship terminology. Nowadays, people use a lot of concepts related to this kind of love. First of all, is ghosting, that is suddenly cutting off all communication with someone without explanation. Second one is benching, that is keeping someone as a backup romantic option without fully committing.
Hi guys, I mean that while Gus is reading, we are feeling identified with those concepts. Sorry, continue.
The third one is love bombing.
Oh,
Don't
that
do
one.
that.
That one's
Don't do that.
dangerous.
Yes. If you love yourself, don't do that, please. Overwhelming someone with excessive affection and intention to manipulate them. The fourth is breadcrumbing, that is sending filters but minimal signals to keep someone interested without real commitment. Fifth but not least is monkey branching, that is starting a new romantic relationship before ending the current one, like swinging from one branch to another.
That's why it's called monkey.
Oh my god.
Guys, I didn't know about these concepts.
Yeah.
I only know
I only know
love bombing.
ghosting and love bombing, but the other one I was like, what? So I don't know. In the case of Joshua, Melly, and Danny, do you know maybe another terminology related to love?
Well, unfortunately, I do.
Okay.
It comes. I feel like it comes with generations. I feel like the percentage is a high percentage of this. I guess the Gen Zs, I think, are doing it the most. It's the benching. There is a lot of case studies on couples or people that are not, that always think that there's somebody better out there, that this person might have a lot of the requirements that I want for me to be in a relationship, but that I'm always in the back of my head, I'm always thinking that there's somebody better out there and I'm gonna go and find it while staying with that person. That, I feel, it comes with not being satisfied with what you currently have. And I feel like Gen Zs, for the most part, are being part of this benching type of love. That's the one that I know the most. And also the breadcrumbing. I feel like a lot of us have done it. We don't want to lose 100% that person because it makes us comfortable, but we're not ready to commit. So that comes with maturity, and I feel like sometimes we're not mature enough to break that relationship and just hurt the other person. That's my take on it. I don't know if Melissa and Daniela want to add something.
Thank you, Joshua.
Well, I know the same as you said, guys, at the beginning. I just want to talk more about ghosting. This can make a lot of damage inside the person. So please take care about it and be responsible in an effective term, because when you feel that someone ghosts you, you don't like it. So please don't do it.
Please, believe it or not, ghosting is so popular nowadays.
Yes.
Unbelievable. And especially now in social media. I mean, it's crazy thing, right? I don't know, Melly. Thank you, Danny. Melly, you want to say something about this terminology?
Well, I think that you guys cover it all up, and I really do agree with Joshua that in this next generation, we're going to find out more terms now because technology is coming to play into the relationships.
AI right now.
AI is going to be a big hit.
Wow.
So I know that we have to keep an eye out, and what Daniela said is just to be very mindful when you are in a relationship or want at least to talk to someone. Set the boundaries and know what do you want clearly, so the other person know what is happening.
Okay, thank you.
Boundaries are important.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, I think that also Gus has two questions for you guys, right?
Okay. First of all, is it good to have a romantic relationship with a classmate or a co-worker? And the second of all is, how does having a romantic relationship affect someone's academic performance?
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, now we're talking about this program. It's seen by professionals, students. So I think it's very accurate because, okay, I like this person, is my classmate, the same subjects, the same semester. We seen like most of the day and the 5 days here in the university. I mean, is a good idea?
No.
Joshua is laughing.
I will answer.
And maybe he's fine, maybe he's no.
I'm laughing.
Oh,
because
maybe
it's
for a
actually-
different
he actually-
career.
I'm laughing because he actually happened to me once.
Oh.
Listen, I feel like it's a word that I feel like it's a term that is being used a lot lately, and it's a perfect term. It's emotional responsibility. You know, you have to be aware of or the situation that you're in. I feel like when you start to talk to somebody and then you both know that you're both working together, that you're gonna spend a lot of times together, you gotta weigh the pros and the cons, and you gotta see, is this person really worth my job? Is this person really worth going through the troubles of what my coworkers, my boss are gonna say about us? And are you mature enough to handle a relationship, to handle a problem in the relationship outside of the workplace? So I can tell you, yes, it's a bad thing. I can tell you, no, it's not a bad thing. But at the end of the day, it's both of you. It's the level of maturity that both of you have. It's if you guys are aware of what's at stake, what are the risks, and if you both are on the same page about it, go for it. There's not a rule book that says don't date a coworker. Although some companies don't allow it, then be careful. But for the most part, go for it. If you can handle that, then go for it. By all means, I'm all pro that.
Okay, thank you, Joshua. I think it's very important what he says. Danny or Melly?
Yeah, sure. Well, I think that here we have most of the answers that we said before. Like when we are talking about a relationship that can affect our performance, even though it's the work or maybe studies, we should think with the mind. Yeah, we can love everybody with our heart, but outside that space, because your relationship is not going to become, or it's not going to start with you. It's not going to make you work. So you are the only one that are going to make that for yourself. So that's why I invite you to think and to feel with your brain while you are working, while you are studying, and in other spaces, will feel with your heart, with your body, with whatever you want. But it's easy.
Okay. Thank you very much. Melly?
Well, I have to say that I'm in the middle of Daniela and Joshua. I have to say that for me is an absolutely no. I have to be right straightforward to you. Why? Because I agree with Daniela when she says that we have to set limits, right? While we're studying and while we're working. Remember that these are different spaces. So you have to think out of the box and not, how can I say this to make it sound a little bit more nicer than it should? It is. But guys, I think that is a space and a time for everything. And I think that a workplace is where you should put your mind and your effort to grow professionally. And when it's inside a classroom as well, you have to put your effort to grow yourself. And outside of the classroom and outside, from your work, there, you can do, like Danny said, whatever you want. But the bad thing here is that no one listens to our brain. Sadly, we don't. I have to put myself also there. It's been pretty hard, but you have to be very strategic in this type of things. Sending boundaries, because of course, imagine when something bad happens. How are you going to deal with that environment? Are you mentally capable of doing it?
Definitely. Yeah. And if you fail in a relationship, are you able to see this person after that every day in the same place?
No.
I know. Those are the answers. Okay,
there's a comment in the chat that said,
please.
I met my boyfriend at work. Good thing is we don't work together anymore.
That was you see, guys, decision. Also you can share your experiences here on YouTube. We are reading, guys.
Yeah.
Positive, negative, yeah.
There are also good questions. They once said, What do you think about the phrase "you don't meet the love of your life in a nightclub"? Well, that one.
I who sent that one?
I'll listen, Gabriela Imbachi.
All right, thank you, Gabby. So, sweeties, how real is this
This
statement?
phrase,
Yeah.
yes. You don't meet the love of your life in a nightclub. What do you think, guys?
Joshua.
Joshua wants to talk about that.
What is your opinion about that statement?
No, I don't know. I feel like you don't know when it's gonna happen to you. You don't know exactly when you're gonna meet that person. What if it's at a nightclub? What if it's at school? What if it's at work? What if it's buying groceries? I really don't know where you're gonna find that connection. If it's at a nightclub, by all means, and you found that person, you take it outside of the nightclub, and then you get to know the person, and
Absolutely.
you realize that that person is everything you wanted. Then sure, go for it. That's all I can say. I think.
Okay,
I think
thank
it
you.
depends. I mean, some people think that the people you met in the nightclub are not like serious people. So maybe that's why the statement exists. I don't know what.
Well, especially here in Latin America, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I mean, in other countries, also in the same countries as well. I mean, if you go to a nightclub, it's to have fun. I think that you're not looking for a serious relationship. I think that's why it's the statement about. But hold on for a moment. Amelie or Danny?
Yeah, I can go. Well, I will agree with Joshua in what you just said. We are not going to a club just for looking for a relationship. We are going there to have fun, to dance, to have time with our friends. But I think that it depends on what do you think about your life. How do you define your life? If your life is that moment, well, you're finding the love of your life. But if not, if you're looking for something, a long relationship, if you're looking for something else, you should know more the person. It's okay. You can feel attraction, you can feel that connection, you can feel the vibes, and you can give yourself the opportunity to know and to meet the person in another spaces, to meet their families. Why not? Why
In another
we should
context, yes.
just say yes or no? We can give ourselves the opportunity to know the person.
Okay. So let's read the next question. And that question goes to Melissa. What is the question, Gus?
Antes Felipe González Ortegón says, what is the healthiest way to heal from a breakup?
I think that a lot of people need that answer.
Oh my God. That's a very hard question. I'm sorry. I think that this question, it's very important and it depends. It comes again to each person and the way they deal right with breakups and how they confront the moment. This is not a book, right, that you have steps to follow. So I think that the most important part and the first thing that you guys have to do is feel the moment. Don't go start, like starting a next relationship. Don't go and, go partying with your friends, like trying to forget. No, I need you guys to feel the moment, to feel the sadness, why it happens, to go back to your roots and find out what happened, right? What action plans you can make, to improve yourself as well, and to know more a little bit about you guys. So I think that this, it's a very complex topic to talk about because everyone feels it and lives it in different ways.
There you go. Thank you, Mel. I don't know, Joshua, Danny, you want to give more information about this?
I want to add a question to that question.
Okay.
It is true that if you cut your hair, you heal?
Damn.
Many people do it. I mean,
or diet, like
not even.
They
I
diet,
have to
they
answer
cut
to
it.
that. It's not cutting only your hair. It's making something meaningful to you, right? It can be a tattoo. It can be a way of lifestyle, like going to the gym,
C'est la
for
vie.
example,
Or
right?
starting a new
Eating
hobby.
healthier. So exactly. So that is a first space that you go through, right? When you say, okay, it's time for me to make a change. This is a big change for me, right? Breaking up. So I need to change as well. So we start by doing it physically. So then we can move internally.
Okay, nice.
I agree with that because when my first breakup like really hit me hard. So I have like two types of my reaction where like first of all I was crying all day, and second of all I was like, I must get a tattoo and just in the future laugh about it. So I just did it, and it just says "C'est la vie," that's the life. And
I mean, it's how you deal with the situations,
Yes.
how you overcome the situation,
Yes.
right?
There are many ways. I cut and dyed my hair, so I can tell it works.
In my case, I get a new hobby. That's it. I try to keep my mind busy.
I learned how to knit. And
yes, you have
for that.
some knitting bags. Pretty cool, by the way. Okay, guys, sorry, but we are running out of time, so let's move with the next segment that is in charge of Manu. Manu, what we have?
We have the segment 3, love language, red and green flags. We are our last segment, and it's important to talk about the 7 love language, which are a framework created by Dr. Gary Chapman to describe how people give and receive love in relationship. The first is word of affirmation, is expressing love through kind words, compliments, and encouragement. The second is acts of service, showing love by helping with tasks or doing thoughtful actions. Third is receiving gifts, is giving meaningful present as a symbol of love and appreciation. The fourth is quality time, spending undistracted, meaningful time together. The 5 is physical touch, expressing affections through hugs, kisses, or simple touches. And the 6 is emotional intimacy, sharing feelings and vulnerabilities to build deep connections. The finally is shared experience, creating memories by doing activity together. So I would like to hear the experts what they think about the 7 love language.
The 7 love languages, guys. Maybe you have a favorite one?
I think that I really go with the quality time because you can't recover the time that you spend with someone. So I think that it's really meaningful and heart touching when you spend that time that you had a crush on, or you have to just love being with that person, and it just like creates a lot of memories. And if the things and in a bad way, you will have those memories to improve yourself. And if it goes well, marriage.
Also shared experiences.
Yes.
That ones are really good.
Well,
I mean,
if you analyze it, quality time and short experiences,
yes, are
connected,
similar.
right?
Yes.
Similar. I really like its acts of service because I mean, when you definitely someone, it's not something only emotional. I mean, you want that the person feels okay, so you try to help the person with different activities. I mean, different ways to help. It could be something short, like simple helping. Let me check acts of service that I can remember from my experiences. For example, helping doing an activity, academic work. We say, we don't have any idea, but let's find together, or let's Google it. You try to help, or checking some information, getting a contact, things like that. I mean, it could be something small, but for the person, it's huge service.
Yes.
But in my experience, I prefer quality time because I would like to spend all day with the person.
Why are you laughing at me?
No.
Oh my God.
Not yet. But
excuse me.
But yeah, I prefer quality time. For me, it's better to spend the time with someone because actually I don't have all time, and then to share my time with another one is, for me, that my love language.
Also, I think words of affirmations are good.
Yes.
Yes. But you know, in my case, in my personality, I am just a little rude. So I don't use frequently the words of affirmation. In my case, it's more by doing.
Yes.
Yes.
In my case, it's
But
more by
there's
doing.
people that
words.
have like a distance relationship, and words of
Definitely.
affirmations are a way to
everything.
keep a relationship.
Well, I don't know, Joshua, Melly, Danny, what is your opinion about the 7 love languages?
Go ahead, guys.
And again.
Okay.
I want to talk about it.
Damn.
Well, from my personal experience, I do prefer personal growth. You know, as you can see with my answers, I'm the girl who thinks with my mind. That's in terms of love. Yeah. So I do appreciate the support from my boyfriend. Yeah, if I can call it like that. To help me improve myself, to support me, for example, in academic things, in my work. I do appreciate that because that was going to become me in a better person, you know. And I also love that physical touch. I love to hug my people, you know. Not only talking about relationships like boyfriend, girlfriend, talking about family, talking about friends. I love to hug my friends. I love to let them know that I love them, that I appreciate their self, that I'm here for them.
Thank you, Danny. Okay,
That
so
was-
yes, Joshua?
For me, for a relationship to work, it has to be a balance of all of them. If one of them fails, I feel like the relationship will start to break at one point. Um, all 7 are important. A combination of 7 is gonna help one. Like for example, let me just not to go too much ahead of me. There's days that your significant other is gonna feel down. He or she's are having a bad day at work. They need from you either acts of service or words of affirmation. There are days that you guys are on vacation and he or she want to feel frisky, want to feel you, want to feel that passion. Quality time or physical touch are gonna be the ones that you wanna cater to the most. So in order to have a successful relationship, you have to have all of them on one point or the other. My personal favorite, like the one that I think that's the one that I excel the most is acts of service. I feel like when I'm with that person, I want them to feel and I want them to think that I'm thinking of them constantly. And maybe something that they told me 8 months ago that was very significant for them, I kept it in my mind. And then I'm doing it today when they're feeling low, when they're feeling like, they're having a bad day. And I'm like, oh, you told me this. You told me you like this book 8 months ago. Let me go get it for you. They can read it together. It's a very minimal thing for a lot of people, but for that person, it made their whole day. So, like I said, it's a combination of all of them that's gonna make us stay together. That's even through the bad times. That's my opinion. I don't know, Melissa.
Thank you, Joshua.
Great. So, from a very professional aspect, you have to know that all of this, like what Daniela said and what Joshua was saying, everything comes from your background and the previous experience you already had, right? And how your parents show you their love. So it comes from where you were a kid and your personal experience and backgrounds that make you be the person that gives or shows their love in a certain way. And that doesn't mean that it's better or not good or anything bad or good. It means just you have to understand the other and the way they express and want to be loved and to come into a middle point.
And also, guys, I think it's also very important to include here, and it's something connected with Melly. I mean, when you meet someone, you need to respect the person as he or she truly is. Don't expect that the person changes for you. I mean, that one is important because it's like, I know it's about person, but with me, it's gonna be better. No, guys, it doesn't work in that way. It's a lie, yes. So, sweetie, just to wrap up this show, definitely we need to talk about the green flags and red
the red
flags.
flags.
Yes. So, sweetie, in this part, I want our audience to participate in the chat. In your opinion, guys, the audience, in your opinion, what are the red flags?
I want to start.
Or green flags. Okay, let's start here with the people first here on the set, and then we move with the experts.
But I think this one is the biggest. I mean,
I
the
know,
biggest one.
But we have
Cheating.
like 5 minutes, guys. Sorry.
Cheating.
Cheating.
Yes.
Definitely
Definitely.
red flag. Okay.
Also, there's a question here in the chat that says if you think guy that a relationship can work after cheating.
Oof.
No.
Yeah, but we can talk about the red flags first.
Okay. No, but it's an interesting question because it's
Yes.
a red flag. So, experts, I don't know, Joshua, Danny, Melly, do you think that a relationship can work after cheating?
Oh, they are speechless.
Oh.
They are thoughtful about that one. It's a tough question, to be honest.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Well,
this honestly is a very tough question. Wow, you did leave me speechless. For me, as a therapist, I do believe that a relationship can recover from cheating.
Oh my God.
It all depends on the level of forgiveness and the level
Yeah.
of commitment that the person that committed the fault wants to change. You have to understand, like Melissa mentioned something very, very true that we haven't touched before, and it was a lot of the traumas and a lot of the ways that we handle a relationship comes from our parents. And if it's a cycle that happened and continue to happen when we were growing up, we might tend, if we saw our parents or grandparents going through the same problems, we tend to repeat those things. So I feel like if I'm the one that cheated and I really want to change, and the person that I'm with really want to forgive me, I feel like we can make it work. I do think that therapy is necessary. I do think that
Absolutely.
having a mediator, it's absolutely necessary in order to make that work. But I see it happening. I believe that it can happen.
Thank
I
you
don't know.
very much. Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, we are short of time, so I want to ask to Danny and Melly. I don't know, Danny, green flags, Melly, red flags in a relationship, or also in a friendship, because sometimes also you have toxic friends. So sweeties, it's also
Yes.
important to talk about that. But we have like a 3 minutes. Danny, what about you? Yeah. Well, Danny, you have the green flags.
Yeah, well, I think that's a huge question because it depends, like, for example, talking about the love languages, if you feel good with your relationship, with your friendship, with any type of relationship that you have with anyone that supports you and that you think that that person helps you to become a better person, that's a totally green flag. But you have to make the difference between like supporting you instead of manipulating you, instead of I'm talking about red flags, okay, just green flags. Someone who supports you, someone who is always there for you, someone who respects your personal space, who respects you, your thoughts, your culture, your vibes, your whatever, like the relationships, every kind of relationship is based on respect. And
Okay.
you're the one in charge of that.
There you go. Actually, here on the chat, Dana Salamanca says a red flag, sorry, is when he criticizes, well, he or she criticizes and speaks badly of you and your family. Definitely, that one is not a good place for you. Absolutely.
Another red flag is when they treat their mom like badly also.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, how the person treats their family is the
Because,
way that will treat you, definitely. Well, Meli, 1 minute. Sorry.
So I have to say just a couple of words in this. Really, you have to identify the person when has a very controlling behavior, a person that has emotionally, like always starts emotionally manipulating you with jealousy, right? And the most important and big red flag for everyone, guys, when they are putting you or pushing you away from your friends and family.
They try to seclude
you guys exactly when
Okay.
they're isolating you from others, from your close circle that can support you. When they're pushing you away from them, this is a very humongous and big red flag that you have to.
Thank you, Mel.
Red
Okay,
flag.
just the last one, but not the least. Here, Daniela, she has a account on Instagram that is called Distintamente _PSI. So, in that website, right, Dani, and in that one you can have information about depression, anxiety, how to deal with relationships and all that stuff, right, Dani?
Yeah, that's totally right. Yesterday we just posted a video regarding relationships, how to keep yourself in a relationship, to not last yourself in a relationship. So keep an eye on that and let's talk through that channel. Distintamente, raya piso, sí.
PSI, there you go. So, Gus, can you show the presentation about the Sun Challenge, please? It's the last part, guys. I swear, it's the last part. Gus, hold on a second. So, sweeties, last one, but not the least, is that we're having an event that is called the Sun Challenge. So, if you think that you're really good at singing and you can practice your English, you can participate in this contest. There you go. We have that one is not the information correctly, but it's until February 18th, if I'm not wrong. In that one, we have a Carlita that was in a year ago. She was like in the second place, if I'm not wrong. And she did it amazingly. So, guys, you can participate. There are amazing prizes. And, sweeties, if you have their voice, let's go. Practice with the teachers. So, my people, thank you, Danny. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Meli. Definitely, we love your comments and contributions, right, guys?
Yes.
Totally.
Actually, we also learn about this.
It was like a therapy.
Yeah, we feel like in a therapy. So, Meli, Danny, Joshua, thank you very much, guys. See you in the next opportunity, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Take care. And thank you to our audience. See you in the next episode about women's in science. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing. Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye-bye. And remember, don't let your heart decide.
Welcome to Wow Speaks English,
A streaming program with a radio format made by the students for the world.